Is it over-engineered? Yes. Is it wildly inefficient? Yes. Does it take up way too much space? Yes. Or it does what it's supposed to do. And I'm okay with that. So this mess, this horrible, terrible mess, this is actually doing two different things. One of which I need done, and one of which is nice that it does it. If that makes sense. ISO resin is coming in from Stinkela. Next to a launcher. Ends up down here. I realize this may be disturbing to look at, but bear with me. So my water in from Gargani comes in at like hot, like a little too warm to use. And because this tangle of crud over here is actually still a little warm and occasionally runs dry, I need it to supplement things like oxygen production and showers and to be sent somewhere else and to be turned into liquid oxygen. To that end, since I need to generate a bunch of heat, preferably for a purpose, for getting to boil isoresin, I did this. Yes, it's a horrible mess. Hot water comes in. These guys tune it down to something far more easier to work with. Makes a quick stop to cool off these steam turbines, then heads into circulation. Because this whole area, it's not bad now. I was getting 52 over here because these geotuners, people were picking up like the really, really hot abyssalite, like 200-300 degree abyssalite, and it was just cooking this area. I wasn't paying attention to that. It heated up. This is supposed to be a cooling loop. Actually, it's supposed to be a warming loop for the longest time to move heat away from these incubators because the air coming in was so cold. The air has since heated up. It's down to something manageable now, but for a while the entire base was over 40 degrees and I was getting toasty surroundings debuffs. This should deal with that. A byproduct of all that aqua tuning is a ton of heat. Heat, which is boiling resin for me. So resin starts here, picks up, 20 degrees of heat? I'm still kind of closing this all up as I work on it. Oh, hang on. Because despite the fact I have 24 dupes here, it still takes forever to get anything done. Come on, you. Yeah, it's coming in around 37-ish degrees. Between 37 and 40, depending on how long it sits there. Preheats to that. Runs through here. Get that in a minute. Comes out, drops onto this nice long heating slab. Boils in isoresin. This system is kind of governed to keep it going above 150. It's made it to like 175 a couple of times, but that's only because it was still in the startup phase. Isoresin turns into, you get a whole bunch of steam. A quarter of the resin is actual isoresin, usable isoresin. Right, and the other 3/4 is steam. Steam's got to go somewhere. Steam comes over this wall. It's these tiles which are actually being cooled by the incoming isoresin. That's what condenses and it gets shot back into the system. I've got it throttled at 1 kilo per second, and it seems to be doing good at 1 kilo. I could probably go further, but I don't have a whole lot. I actually don't have a whole lot of resin over here right now. Like the tree provides. Oh wow. Got 140 resin on planet, and once that all gets done, it's going to slow down a lot. I'm feeding it barbecue from evolved recklets. I've had to make a little of, you know, longer lasting food. Make some pemmican. There's there he is. That's the grandchild of the first spigot seal that came through the pod. So as long as I have, you know, some tallow, well, that's 146. That makes 146 kilos. Kilos? 100. I have more than that. I have the potential for 500,000 calories of pemmican. I'm just making it in batches though because I still need to feed the tree. Tree does get pacu fillets, and it gets any food that comes through the pod. Unfortunately, space restraints kind of get in the way of things. Like if I didn't have 3 tungsten volcanoes in the way, I'd be able to turn more space over for food production. I also have like this is my single actual power plant. This is just scavenging power. This isn't like, you know, this tuner's running right over here. Where's a nice big fat line? Potential load 12 kilowatts. We're not making 12 kilowatts. Like, the solar panels don't always run. There's 3 turbines that don't always run. And then there's 2 hydrogen generators, which kick on and off as required. So, if I had another 30 tiles worth of space down, I might put in some ethanol plant, but not gonna happen. That said, this dumb system is chewing through resin quite nicely at a kilo a second. I had 1,500 kilos of resin left. And then, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest. Like, yes, I could make Scogel, or I could make Insulate. I don't think the applications we have left really call for those. Like, as it stands, this needs a refill. This needs a whole, like, this needs a lot. And I mean a lot of rad pills. Because I need to send someone over here to get these 2 things. And then set up just enough livable stuff here. Open the tear. There's no radiation here anyway. Slight hazard. It's not too bad. The issue is just don't have a whole lot of really anything else. There's a ton of wolframite, but how much more thorium am I really going to need? So in order to get Stinky over to Methano, which is unfortunately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces away, meaning I can't take a CO2 rocket because it'd make it here, and then I would have to crash land on the Methano, and then build a rocket to get back, or stop at Gorgani to refuel. But that's a risky move, given that meteors that come down. The plan, and I don't know if this is going to work at all, so we're going to find out live. Stink's gonna ride there in a Spacefarer module. We're gonna ditch him onto the planet. Right around here. He'll build a rocket platform here. So we should have to build a couple of ladders to get up and in. Grab these artifacts and leave. Because I don't think there's anything else on this planet worth getting. It has one. It's chlorine vents. That's what it's got. It's got chlorine vents. I'm not going to ranch puffs here. There's no water to be found except for... No, there's not even any water here. It's all liquid chlorine, regolith. I could mine it out to bedrock for building materials, but I don't know to what end that really serves. You are loaded up. Your crew going to be stinky. Your mission is going to be there. Let's retract these so I don't break them all. No active. Oh, whoops. I'm still working on something. Forgot I was building one more solar panel. If someone would get something done one of these days. Well, nope. Nope, just gonna... Don't bother building it or nothing. Alright, Stink, you get out of there. Don't need you in there right now. Stink has... not a bad setup. A mess hall, a barracks, a washroom, a data collection lab just for something to do. Now this should be... The trip is 7 spaces. So 7 there, 7 back is 14, which require 28 data banks. He's got on him already 84. So this shouldn't be an issue. And if someone could tell me why these guys keep feeling the need to use the bathroom... Stinky, you came all the way up here for pemmican. You could be eating frost burgers. You're eating... Oh. Never gonna understand these guys. And I think Flamelin is pretty much as complete as it's gonna get. Got all the creature comforts. Got a way to cool niobium down to an acceptable amount, and then kind of cool it off to a usable temperature, which I'm just running everything through here that I'm finding that's hotter than like 50 degrees. There's a whole bunch of stuff down here that's all like 100 and some odd 1300 degree igneous rock. I'm not sure where I'm going to use it. But I would like it to be an appropriate temperature should I decide to. Right now, a whole bunch like 24, some 45. I quite literally had them take all of the diamond in the base. Oh, how warm is that niobium? Don't sweep that. Turn all the diamond in the base into tiles. So they would all be 45 degrees. Cool them all. Now they're all cooled off. I can store them. Not an issue. They have an astronomical amount of food due to pips and hatches eating the dirt off of this, and meat from these guys. And somewhere around here there's like one spigot seal, both spigot seals contributing tallow. We have 19 kilos of tallow, and then more as these guys grow and die. This place is essentially done. There's really nothing to do here. The same thing with Stinkala. I'm not really ranching puffs, I'm just letting puffs turn chlorine into bleachstone, and I should be cooling this, but I don't care. These guys are literally here just to eat chlorine. Their food supply is a little, because I was feeding the tree all the barbecue, it's a little off. Apparently I need to put somebody on cooking. Or a food operation, right? I don't. What we got here? On Stinkella. What I should do, what I ought to, I have a fourth person open. Here's the weird part, there's idleness, but no one is using this. Can you not cook, Gene? Or idle? You're doing nothing. Oh, yeah, okay. That wasn't turned on. Because I didn't tell it to do anything, because I wasn't. But for the most part, their food and thing is dealt with. I don't have a whole lot of use. Not gonna lie, we're trying to race for the end here. Okay. Crew. Co-pilot boarded. Where'd Stinky get in there? So I went and took a look just before I sent him, and it took me. I was like, how tall is this rocket anyway? Rocket was 34. And then you got to add in 2 spaces for that, which was 36. The Thano doesn't have. It does now have a place that's 36, and it's here. Not here. If I tried to land here, Stinky's got to dig out all of these tiles before I can land. That's too shallow, which means he's going to get here. I don't think there's enough. This doesn't help me at all. Like, there's all the steel is over on this side of the map because the rovers never got over here. It's throwing everything off. I literally can't land over here with the rocket I have. I'm really not in the mood to build a whole nother farting rocket. You can't build. If I tried to build something with a robo-pilot module, and a Trailblazer, it winds up too tall for a carbon dioxide engine. This won't make it. This would make it, but I'd have to crash land, and I wouldn't have enough steel there when I landed because it would scatter all over the place. Grumble, 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 grumble. So my other option is going to be to retool this entire thing take 3 rover modules and drop them over there. Which I gotta say I'm really not in the mood for, but otherwise I can't. Otherwise it's not even a one-way trip. It's one guy lands, and that's the end. The amount of time it would take, you've got to dig out that much. What are you? You want... Well, knob on the side doesn't mean anything, so you want 7 tiles of space. From here, 6 tiles in that. Does that get me? Gives me 35 high. Rocket is currently 34. At this point in the game, I mostly just want to make it happen. So, if the game, yeah, if next episode, because this one's going on a lot longer than I want it to. If next episode doesn't start with Stinky on a planet digging to save his ass, something has gone drastically wrong, and hopefully it hasn't. And I'll see you in the future.